Hello.
Hello, David.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, David.
Hello, David.
I'm just
How you
getting
doing?
upper respiratory infection, so I'm not smoking anything today. And,
Well, David, I'm just glad that you're here. Glad
Thank
you're
you.
here.
Yeah.
Speaking of being glad that we're here, I just want to say good afternoon, good evening, and good morning to everybody who might be wandering in at this moment. Hey, y'all, it is Saturday afternoon. In most places, it's Saturday morning here still where I am, because I'm in Seattle, Washington. But no matter where you are or what time it is time for the Virtual Pipe Club meeting of the week. I'm the founder, David Dorian Ross, and these are the fantastic Zoom Room crew.
Morning, everyone.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning, everybody. There we go. They are. I do that every week just so that if they need an alibi for this time, they have proof of where they were. It's like going to the bar that is called The Office. I've seen one in several towns I've been to. The bar is called The Office, and so you call your wife and say, "Honey, I have to stay late at the office tonight. I'm sorry." Anyway, we are the virtual version of that, and it's time to welcome everybody. I hope that you're all having a great day. We have a special theme for today. And by the way, we are still anticipating the guests that we thought we would have today. First, we thought we would have Matt Guss, who is the founder of the Seattle Pipe Club, but apparently he's still traveling right now, so he can't be with us today. And then we have an invitation out to Peter Jepson from NIRUP, who may still pop in today in today's meeting, but we couldn't get a hold of him in time to confirm that. So I have a different plan. We're going to turn today's meeting into a different kind of question, and this is a question that, sorry, one of the Facebook watchers says, "What's up, you party animals?" Oh, apparently we're all party animals today. So the topic of today that I thought we would throw out there is about pipe clubs all over the map. So here we are as the Virtual Pipe Club. Pipe Club got started kind of on a whim 2 years ago, and it's grown into more than 5,000 members worldwide. Fantastic group. And I'm curious about whether some of you are members of other pipe clubs too. Like what, if you are members of another pipe club, tell us what that is and what it's like there. Like to know what you like about the pipe club that you belong to and what you like about Virtual Pipe Club, and also maybe some ideas about what we could do better. And I want to invite the people who are watching over there on live stream to also participate in that conversation, because really love to know about it. We can expand ourselves, we can grow. Tim is the president, for example, of the Sherlock Holmes Pipe Club, and I can't think of a more, I don't know, quintessential kind of pipe club to be a part of than Sherlock Holmes. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about that group and that kind of thing.
Well, just
Yeah.
Do you want me to start?
Not yet.
Okay. Just a clarification. I'm not the president. I'm just a member.
You're just right. Isn't that what the guy who has the hair club for men says all the time? So Tim is the hair club for men version of the pipe club. No, because I have something else that we're going to start with first before we get there. And that is, we're going to our weekly ritual of finding out what it is that we're smoking and what we're smoking it in. And today, a special twist on that is, where did you get the pipe that you're smoking it in? right? If you
I
bought
like
it for a
that.
special occasion, or if it was gifted to you, or some special thing that you can share about it, that's what we'd like to know. And to help us stay on track while I wander off, we have this handsome young man that perhaps you have seen before, maybe, maybe not, but he's got a brand new haircut. And that's my friend Miguel. So, Miguel, can you get us started there?
Thank you, sir. I am smoking. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. It's nice to see you guys all again. I'm smoking a Castello Ciroc Virgin KK Canadian that I got from the Danish Pipe Shop, and I'm in it. It's a McBaron mixture Scottish blend, and after that, if we have time, is the Sour Eltang Labat with CND Carolina Red Flake with Perrique. And for that, I'll pass the break.
Well, wait, before you do that,
to,
before you go on, I want to dig in a little bit more to your pipe from the Danish Pipe Shop, your Ciroc there.
yeah.
Sorry. Blueberry went down the wrong way. Did you just order it off the website, or did you actually talk to Nikolai about it and have a conversation? What was your adventure?
I've been looking for a Virgin Canadian KK with this the right size and the right weight, and then I saw this at the Danish Pipe Shop. So I emailed basically Nick, and Nick had said, "Well, can you give me the dimension?" And the dimension is correct, so I ordered it from the website. What a nice guy! All right, I'll pass the Virtual Pipe Club to Dimitri.
Hello, everybody. Well, I'm still smoking my cigar. It's a Bongani cigar made in Mozambique. In a filler, they use Mozambican and Dominican tobacco, Mozambican binder, and Cameroon wrapper. Actually, first premium cigar company in Africa. The founder of the company is Lebanese. Production manager is Dominican, and all rollers are Mozambican. Cigar made in Maputo.
Dimitri,
And,
what's the ring gauge on that one?
This one is 58.
Wow.
Yeah, they have three different ones. This is short one, 58 by 4. They have long version, 58 by 6, and they have Robusto. Well, my go-to is Robusto, and those are actually really good cigars. And then I'm going to switch to my Napoleon pipe by Roth. Pipe is probably from early 1960s. I bought it on eBay back in 1990s. It took me a long time to figure out who made that pipe, but that letter R on the stem, it's a very unique R. Because of that, I was able to determine it was made by Roth. And once I was watching on YouTube old movie, 1962 movie, French-Italian movie called La Vendetta. And one of the characters in the movie lights up the pipe, which is identical to this. That's how I was able to determine that it must be from early 1960s. And I'm going to smoke this John Cotton's double pressed Kentucky in it. And I also have with me this Don Carlos Bent Bulldog, which I bought in Tampa, Florida at Edwards. This is actually a picture of Edwards pipe shop. I just noticed it from the road, and of course I had to stop there. A guy who sold me the pipe, originally from New York, Italian guy who used to work at the La Concha tobacco shop in New York City. And let me pass the pipe to Tim.
Thank you, Dimitri. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm smoking this Peterson Christmas pipe 2020. It's a very nice shape, in the Professor Sherlock Holmes shape. But, I think the pipe I really want to show you guys, because there's a little bit of more of a story behind it, is this one right here. This is Peterson XL02, but it is the LJ Peretti's 150 year anniversary pipe. And I really love this pipe. It's got a beautiful blast on it. I think it's their PSB blast. But here's the story behind this pipe. It was going to be released, I believe. They got them in. They were going to be put online and released on a Thursday. And it was a Wednesday night. And I have to work on Thursday. So my wife, who has a more flexible schedule than me, took on the task of going down there to Peretti's the next day when they were released. And I asked her to pick out this shape and to make sure to truly try to pick out a really nice blast, nice uniform blast. And she did a great job. She went down there, looked at all the pipes, was checking the holes to make sure they were drilled the right way. I told her how to do those things, and told her also to be, look for the symmetry, because I like symmetry. That's very important. And so she did a really great job with that pipe. So that's a story behind this one. The other one is also, it's a not great pipe. Bought it from Smoking Pipes, not quite as big of a story. And so with that in mind, I'm going to pass it on to fellow Sherlock Holmes Pipe Club member, Sean McConnell. I think you might be muted, Sean.
Yeah, it's muted.
Is not working, Sean? Okay, maybe we can pass it on to someone else, and we can come back to you and see if it's working a little bit later. How about if we pass it on to John from North Carolina? What are you smoking today, and where did you get the pipe?
Yep, got it. Thanks, Tim. Well, no surprise to anybody. I'm smoking Old Professor, what can I say? I'm nothing if not predictable. And this pipe is a straight grain Ben Wade. Nice, it's a sitter, sits flat. And I believe, looking at this, I think this is one where I have had the stem repaired. And I think that because this piece of the stem has a slightly different texture, but this part of the bit has the original Ben Wade crown still on it. The problem with this shaped pipe, for me anyway, if you drop it, it's going to break off right here. And I've broken a couple of them that way. But in Charlottesville, Virginia, I had a pipe repair guy who sent them to someone who was able to cut the broken piece off and tap it out and put a replacement, I think that's called a tenon in there, that would go in and preserve the original stem with its engraved logo. I'm pretty sure that I bought this. This is a state pipe, I'm pretty sure. And I probably bought it on eBay sometime back in the 80s. I was collecting Ben Wades at the time and was picking a lot of them up at the auction site. So it's a nice smoker. It's a little heavy. It's too heavy to clench like I used to do when I'm out cutting the grass. But for sitting around smoking, it is a good smoke. So that's a wrap from there. Let me pass the virtual pipe on to Alvin Miller.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it. And hello, everyone. Glad to see everybody, as always. I am smoking some, and I'm kind of in a rut on this. I just love this tobacco. It's the HU tobacco, Joshi's Oriental Sunrise. It's a Virginia Oriental, and just a great tobacco. And I'm smoking it in my Chris Kelly Eldritch. It's his Dr. Silence pipe. It's a reading pipe. And the little story on this one, I talked to him about, this pipe, and I asked him, I says, listen, I'm a good friend of David Dorian Ross, who's one of your major customers. And would you mind making a few tweaks to it? Would that challenge your creative disposition? And he said, and I said, would you knock half an inch off the length? And would you try to control the symmetry of the plateau so it's a little more level? Because sometimes his Dr. Silence pipes can be very, very creatively symmetrical in that plateau. And I also asked him, since I have some Virginias I smoke, that no matter what I do, they smoke a little warm, and no matter what my cadence is. So I asked him, could he make it where it could accommodate the 6 millimeters of balsa filter? And he said, sure. So that's what he did. And I just think, and it just smokes great. And it's also a sitter, so, which is nice. So, so he calls it a reading pipe, and it's light enough where you can actually clench it while you're reading. So that's my story on that. And if this is going to smoke a while, that's a pretty nice sized bowl. So if I end up needing to change pipes, I'll probably just go to my St. Patrick's Day bent pot, Peterson bent pot, which I just love. I just love the way it smokes. And okay, that I will now, let me send that to Dave Klein.
Thank you, Alvin. Can everybody hear me okay?
Mhm.
I can't hear myself. Put in these headphones. But anyway, I'm sitting here out on my patio and can't see my own video. Anyway, I'm out here on the patio and I'm smoking my Savinelli 207 Giotto. And I got this at the Richmond Pipe Show. And in fact, I was down there talking with Alvin Miller, and I were there together, and he and I were sitting there going around looking at pipes. And I saw one. I thought, I kind of like that, but I didn't buy it first thing. So later, Alvin and I were sitting off to the side, and I said, I think I'm going to go back and get that pipe. And sure enough, it was still there. So I like it. It's got a 6 millimeter filter in there, and this is called a Giotto, which Savinelli does not make anymore. So I don't know how many of these are out there, but it's a nice pipe. Smooth finish, dark, kind of a chocolate brown color. So I like that. And in it, I'm smoking some Newminster 403 Superior round slices, which are very tasty. And after I finish this, I'm not sure what I'll do. I've got some Innerdale flake in the house. I may load up for something different. So that's my story. So now let's see. I will pass it over. How about go to Perry Spiropoulos?
Thank you, David. I'm smoking some Strauss Tobacconist Wenceslas, kind of a Christmas blend, a little left over from the holidays, and smoking it in a Mehmet Ali Birinci Meerschaum. The pipe is handmade in Turkey by a gentleman named Mehmet Ali Birinci, and he has a store in Germany. I think his wife runs the store, and it's on eBay in Germany. And I heard him first mentioned by another YouTube channel, Bremen Pipe Smoker. And so I contacted him and asked him if he could make a custom pipe for me. And he did so. And this is kind of, we chatted for a while via email on shape and size and all of that. I wanted to get an extra large pipe, which is what this is. It's a very big piece of meerschaum, and then we agreed on the shape and so on, and I purchased it and he sent it to me. It's an excellent smoker. It's a beautiful piece of meerschaum, and I was so excited with it. I actually ended up purchasing at the time 2 more from him, 2 more custom pipes. And I'll be switching to one of those today.
Wow. That's amazing.
It's more of a calabash style. And it's got a deep patina on the bottom there. It's developed. And I'll be putting some Dunhill flake into this one. But yeah, he's a fantastic carver. He's an independent guy. And I don't know if he travels back and forth to Turkey to do the carving work. He has to do it there because of the laws in terms of exporting Meerschaum from Turkey. But he runs a store out of Germany, and I'm pretty thrilled with the pipes. And with that, I'll pass it on to Ramachandran.
Thank you, Perry. Thank you very much. Greetings to all. Today I'm smoking my newly commissioned Meerschaum. This I recently got from a friend of mine from Turkey, Ahmed Govem. I think he's a member of our club also. He's a member of various other clubs. He's a good carver. And through him, I got this one made for myself. Actually, what happened was he made another one, which he mailed to me. But unfortunately, that got somewhere lost. And the poor man had to get another one done for me, which when arrived at the customs, it was a big deal to get it cleared. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I was finally able to clear it. And this comes with 2 stems and a nice tamper. And this is a fairly big ball. I don't think I'll be able to pull it through in today's meeting. Nevertheless, if I'm able to pull it, the next pipe that I have in queue is this Bent Bulldog, Rediche Bent Bulldog, which I bought it from Smoking Pipes Europe. And in it, I have Ollie Golden Slice, one of my favorite vapors, which I'll be smoking whenever I reach there. So that's my story. So now, how about Bud from San Diego?
Thanks, Ramachandran. Hello, everybody. I'm, of course, smoking our club pipe, San Diego Pipe Club from 2020, I think, right? And I'm smoking some Seattle Pipe Club potlatch in it. And this pipe kind of inspired our pipe club to order their own pipe. And so I contacted Chris Morgan and ended up ordering 50 Bones Lovitz, regular Lovitz. And so now we have our own club pipe that we have. So so that's the story behind that. And I've also got some Seattle Pipe Club Mississippi River Special Reserve Flake. And I'll probably smoke that in our other club pipes. So let me go ahead and pass it over to Dennis.
Okay, had to unmute there for a minute. I'm in my secondary computer spot, so this is in the house, so I'm not in my man cave and my smoking room because it's 30 degrees plus here in Indianapolis. So I am unfortunately without a pipe, so can't tell you guys anything enjoyable. So at that point, I think I'm going to pass it on. Let's see. Alvin, you were already on, right? But your hand is still up, so I wasn't sure.
Yes, sir. I've already gone, sir.
No problem. All right, let's see. Steve Spent, you up yet?
Not yet. Thank you, Dennis. Greetings, gentlemen, scoundrels, and ladies, although I'm not sure what happened to Steph. We had her with us and she dropped off. Today I'm smoking a mixture of some Royal Yacht, probably about 3/4 and about 1/4 HH Old Dark Fire. Very nice. Smoking it in my Savinelli KS311 poker in the Fantasia color scheme, which is pretty cool. Wasn't sure about it when I first got it, but it's really grown on me.
That's nice.
Yeah, very nice.
It's a neat color scheme. It really is. It looks beautiful out in the sun. It's got this blue. Yeah. It's really pretty pipe.
Really nice.
Mm-hmm. Every time I see one of those, they always pop. You know what I mean? That stem always.
It does pop. It definitely does pop. Yeah, let's see. I will pass the virtual pipe to Chris.
Hello, everybody. It's not much of a story. I think we all know this one. Got the club pipe from 2021 today. A little more of a story would be my backup. So if I go into this one, This one here. This is Stanwell. Oh, I'm going to say this is probably got this one about 17 years ago or so. It was a gift from my wife. So not long after I started smoking pipe, she happened to be on a conference in Chicago, and shortly before Christmas, made a run up to her hotel was near there, up to Yvonne Reese, and they were great. So what she had told me, the service and everything there was fantastic. So kind of told them, what pipes that I had looked like, and they got her in the right direction. And so she picked this one out for me. So this is just one that's really kind of a special one to me. The first pipe she had bought me with some holiday blend, some Peterson's holiday blend that year as well. So that's a little story behind that pipe. And smoking some Old Toby today from the Country Squire.
Ooh, nice. Hey, Chris,
Nice.
Going back to the new club pipe, do you get a chance to smoke that often?
Yeah, I like to kind of put it in there in the rotation. I like it. It's I really was always into bents, so this is really the first straight pipe I smoked, and I really like it. So this is kind of opening up a different shape to me now. So definitely like this the shape. Smokes well.
Nice.
Yep, very
Cool.
let's see. How about Randall?
Greetings. I heard of Bones mentioned before, and I too have one of Chris Morgan's nice little blasted pipes. Not a big story, and this one it's fairly new. I got this a few months ago on one of his famous, he calls them drops. He'll announce on Facebook or in emails that he's got a new drop coming, and everybody goes crazy, and pretty soon he's out of stock. One kind of unique thing about this one, and I guess most of them, they have some features. Like maybe you can see it right here. It's a big old gnarly hole in it. Comes out of the ground that way. And they don't fill them or anything. They just leave them natural. He's got some that are extreme like that, and he calls them gnarly. I don't have any gnarly ones, and this was a surprise. And you look at them online, and you can see what you can see, and I didn't know that was there, but it's okay. I don't mind. It smokes good. I've got some of Watch City Cigars, Rougarou in it. Real nice Virginia blend.
That's a great blend.
Yeah, it is. It's a good one.
Oh, that's a great blend.
I think that I saw that he's going to have some more of that available maybe in April or something. And I want to get a bunch more because once that's gone, that's going to be a tough one to replace.
Yeah, I think it may only be a seasonal tobacco that comes out every once in a while, but it's a tremendous tobacco.
Yeah, it's a real nice one. That guy knows what he's doing.
He does.
He does a good
I think
job.
it's every Halloween and every April,
April 1st,
right? It comes out. Yeah.
April 1st. Okay, well, that's right around the corner, so I gotta pay attention. Don't want to miss it. Might get a little more than 4 ounces or so. Might get a big bag of it because it's good. All right. Anyhow, who's next here? Let's see. I got to get the thing bigger. I don't know who's not picked on here yet. Sean, are you up there?
Am I working now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
good.
we go. All right. So I guess all of our significant others have that fear of showing up to a party wearing the same outfit. So like Tim, I am also smoking my Professor Peterson Professor Christmas 2020. And in that was some Escudo. What's nice about this, I loaded this up last night, wasn't able to finish, picked it up, lit it up, it's perfect. And this I got from Smoking Pipes. And then I'll move on to one of my, I have a club pipe, but also this Ehrlich straight poker. One of my only other straight pipes. I'm more of a bent guy. But we had a postponed Christmas party for the Sherlock Holmes Pipe Club, and I won this in a raffle. So we do tins, whole bunch of different stuff for our Christmas party, and that was one I won. So definitely keep it in the collection. Hold on to this one forever. And with that, let's see who.
We have Glenn.
Glenn, did you go?
There, I should be unmuted.
You're good.
Greetings to everyone today. It's a balmy 27 degrees here in the Twin Cities.
It's cold.
I'll definitely stay indoors today. Today I'm smoking in my 70s vintage Votus pipe. Pasquale and Salvatore Votus had a pipe shop in Albany and Schenectady, New York, carved their own pipes. They were famous for their Corsican and Algerian briar, but this one happens to be Grecian. And I'd say it's a Canadian. It's almost 7 inches long, shape I love. I've had it for about 5 years, a very good smoking pipe. And today I'm smoking in it some Tinderbox vintage blend in a 1 ounce tin. So I have no idea how old this is.
Glenn, you've been pulling out the vintage tobaccos regularly this last.
I know.
This one even has a vintage name. So apparently it's their number 33 Burley based blend with Virginia, Latakia, and Turkish.
Wow.
Rich and mellow English spin. And I don't think it's a great smoke, but it's fine. Pardon me for talking a little long today, but I have to show you. This pipe was recently finished by a friend of mine, very good friend, who's a pipe maker, and he restored this Cheriton Distinction, which has just unbelievable grain.
Mm-hmm.
And he did a mahogany and orange contrast stain on it. And it's just, the grain won't quit. It's just all over.
Wow,
Even
beautiful.
down just popped. It's a
Beautiful.
wonderful pipe. And I also had a moment of Zen this week. And this goes out to the fellows from the Sherlock Holmes Pipe Club. I found in my collection of Chicago Pipe Show tobacco samples a sample of Sherlock Holmes' Great Hiatus. Which
wow.
is no longer made.
No longer made.
I have about 2 ounces of it. I smoked one bowlful, and it's just wonderful, extremely smooth, especially for an English blend with some Virginia, which normally gives me a little tingle. This one was just smooth all the way to the bottom. Wonderful stuff.
Nice.
That was blended by Ernie.
Yeah.
From Watch City.
Oh.
Yeah, and unfortunately unobtainium, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My style. All right, let's see who. I think Andrew has not spoken yet. I'll pass the pipe to him.
Thank you. Hey guys, I'm in the workshop, also known as the garage right now. It's a bit cold in Jersey. It's, I guess I was hoping we'd get rid of the heater, but looks like we'll be firing it back up again. I am right now smoking a Costello. This is a oval shank billiard and Ciroc. And I have some Samuel Gow with Balkan Flake in it, maybe from 2019. And I haven't had it in a while. And I have to say, it's actually fantastic right now. It's smoking really, really nice. And then after that, I got the Eldritch Slenderman here ready to go. I'm going to smoke some, actually some St. James Flake in it. So that's what I got. Let's see. Who's next? Anybody left here?
David Warner's been waiting for a while.
David Johnson. Yeah, David Johnson.
There it is. Try
There
to
you go, David.
So,
It's really nice to see you, David.
Thank you. I'm just getting over an upper respiratory infection. So I'm not smoking anything right now. So, yeah, if I was the one I got out in the living room, it's a estate Dr. Grabo and it's got Peter Stoker B201 in it. And then I've got a Crown, and I cannot remember the name of it. It's a small bent Crown. And in that pipe, that poor little thing, I'm still working on the scarecrow, scared crow, or whatever they called it from last year. So,
David, how is that blend, Scarecrow?
you know what? I never thought of for a aromatic smoker that it would be very, very nice. But actually, it is. It's let's see. It's I can't even remember what's in it. But it's nice. It's mellow. I think it's got a lot of Virginia. I'm not really sure. But it's definitely not a harsh tobacco, even from a aromatic standpoint. It's not a harsh tobacco. I wish I could remember the components, give you a little idea what the flavor is like, but I just can't. I can't remember. Sorry.
Is that the one that has a bit of a candy corn flavor to it, or tin note?
It definitely has a candy corn tin note.
Yeah.
Candy corn tin note. Yeah, that's right.
But the flavor mellows down to something very nice and creamy, so it doesn't, overpower you with the sweetness, the candy-like sweetness when you actually smoke it.
No, that's just the tin note. That's not the predominant flavor of the tobacco. The candy corn is just the tin note. That's to pop your nose when you open the can.
Right.
When you open the tin. Once you get beyond that, you're going to get a totally different flavor. But David's right. It's sweet and mellow. It's a nice tobacco. Let's see. I'm on my phone and I can't see who hasn't gone yet.
Well, I saw a couple of guys sneak in the back there. Sergio, are you on camera today? Sergio has left the building. He's just left his phone running. There he is.
Oh, there's Sergio right there.
I'm back.
There we go, Sergio.
There he is.
There he is.
Oh, hi. Hello, everyone. I just got here. I was riding around. I'm in Pacific time. We don't have time savings in my area like Dave Johnson, Arizona. I'm in Mexico, but it's kind of like right next to each other. But yeah, hi, everyone. Just got back from the office. It's only, 11:45. And I haven't even prepared my pipe, but I have a new pipe.
He just got back from the office. That means he's starting his drinking early today.
Yes, correct. Actually, I still have my coffee here with me. And I just want to show you guys, I've been really into this shape from Castello. They're making this shape 31, they call it. And I love the size of the bowl and the depth of the bowl, and it's slightly bent, and everything on this pipe. I love this shape. It's great. I'm gonna give it a try today, and I have this tobacco that I have never tried, and it's been one of the classic tobaccos. Is the Dark Twist by Mac Baren. Oh, this is a dark picture, but this is the Dark Twist Flake. I don't know how.
There you go.
Yeah, we can see it.
So I'm gonna give it a try today, and I'm gonna get everything all set up here and enjoy the club, guys. But thanks to everyone to see you around here. I don't know who's.
It looked like Janos actually just popped in.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Janos.
Hello. How are you?
We're doing great, man.
Fit as a fiddle and ready to diddle.
I have never heard that before. It sounds like something I should have heard before, but I've never heard that before.
I've got to give credit to one of my good friends for that one. He was the only one that I've ever heard say that, and I've heard it many, many times.
Look like we lost Janos. DDR, it looked like we lost Janos.
Well, we can pick him up when he gets back here.
Yeah. All right.
Anybody else that
there he is.
we've missed?
No, he's back.
He's
Yeah,
back.
he's back. He's back.
Yasso.
Yeah, speak to me. Hi, everybody.
Hello, Janos.
How are you? It's very cold this night. I just finished a bowl outside. A silver gray pipe with 3 nuns. And is everything okay? I post a pipe of the club is start the first punch, and then I wait the stem material to continue. That means the first punch gonna be ready about 10 of April. And just I want to say that I accept the order till 6th of April to have time to make it.
Got it. We'll yeah.
Janos, could you or someone on today's meeting tell me exactly where to find the link to place an order? I had some trouble.
Yeah,
so.
okay. I post it now in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers.
Steph just dropped back in. Steph.
There you go, Steph.
Show us your pipe.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello, Steph.
All right.
Hello.
I'm smoking. Hi, Alvin. How are you?
I'm great.
All right. This is a Molina, and I don't know if it's a squat tomato or a squat apple, but anyway, I always say tomato because I always
It's
switch to
tomato. Tomato.
It's very beautiful. And I got it. The stem is gorgeous. I don't know if you guys can see. It's very shiny. I actually got this from Garbage Man Piper Mel Harris in El Paso when we lived there from when we were in the El Paso Pipe Club. It's a great smoker. I smoke everything in it. Today, I'm actually smoking Durbar. And I'm sorry I left and then came back. It's just we have a Pipe Divas birthday party meetup today, and I keep trying to find when it's going to happen. It'll happen when it happens, I suppose. So, and I'm drinking some ginger beer, but I'm going to be drinking whiskey with the girls in a little bit.
There you go.
Who has not gone?
Steph, you're a better man than most of us.
Oh, and I'm sorry.
Hook the Pipe Divas up with our group so we can all say hello and get to know each other.
I think some of the conversations we have would probably put hair on y'all's chest. I do apologize. Skip is off. Skip is offshore. He works several times a year on boats doing surveying of the ocean floor. Right now, he's off the coast of Connecticut. So he will be back in 3 to 6 weeks, possibly. So is there anyone left that needs to go?
Yeah, we can pass it to Christopher Sharp.
Hello, everyone. Nothing right now. Last night I finished up a tin of Country Squire 50th anniversary and a pipe corn cob that I took on deployment with me, but that's about it. Looking forward to the conversation today and seeing everybody like always. Thanks.
We only have one last one, which is David Demos, if he's online. Well, DDR, I think he's up, so we'll pass the virtual pipe to you.
Well, thank you, sir. Actually, what I want to do before I talk about my pipe and tobacco is share some of the comments that came in from the guys who are smoking on the live stream. So we have Anthony Addison says he's smoking his Peterson Beef 42 with some St. James Flake. That is
Nice.
That's very nice. And later he says he's going to be smoking some Bob's Chocolate Flake in a Peterson XL23. I have yet to get some Bob's Chocolate Flake. Am I just the last
Excellent.
guy in the pipe world to pick that up?
Excellent tobacco.
You may be.
It's terrible, DDR. Don't do it. Forget it.
Don't do it.
To be avoided at all costs.
I know how Andrew works there. He's like, more for me. I got you, buddy. Johan says hello from Greece. He is smoking in his Chacombe some Scottish Flake. Very nice. I wanted to go back here because there was something that just passed by me so fast I didn't know it was happening. And that is, where is it? That yesterday was the Tolkien Reading Day. Is that right? Where is that comment? Yes, yesterday was Tolkien Reading Day. So Sean said he grabbed a couple of Country Squire Middle Earth blends, and he's loading up his long curved billiard from Briarworks with second breakfast. Well done. I had no idea that there was a Tolkien Reading Day. I thought every day was Tolkien Reading Day. No? There we go. So, well, thank you guys who are over there on Facebook and YouTube for sharing what you're up to today. And Sean, thank you. I'm going to mark my calendar for next year now. I'm smoking one of my new Chris Kelly pipes. This is the Extended Bent Apple, which has become like my favorite day-to-day pipe. So what I look for in a sort of a daily, all-day smoking kind of pipe is something that's pretty lightweight, that has a nice capacity bowl that I don't have to refill every 20 minutes, and just smokes really smooth and even. My Bing's Favorite was like that for me. I'm hoping that David Martinez isn't here so he doesn't yell at me for liking Savinelli. What else? I had a couple of other. My Neerup was a really favorite pipe of mine, but I think I burned out the bottom. So don't tell Peter when he gets here that I did that. And in it today, I did a little blending of my own. I don't know if you can see this. So this is Carolina Red Flake with a topping of one of my favorite tobaccos of all time, McGraney's Red Ribbon. I thought that those two would just go really well together.
Nice.
So it set up my palate. I put the Red Ribbon right on the top there, and it set up my palate perfectly for the Carolina Red Flake. So I'm really enjoying this pipe today. I don't have a second. Well, I could, because I still have this pipe here in the office. This is the Cryptid Crustacean, another Chris Kelly. I'm trying to keep it in the frame there.
Awesome.
I love this pipe, but you know what? It has one interesting, I don't know if it's a flaw or a drawback or something like that, but the bend is so acute that when I put it here to light it, I can't actually see the bowl. I'm like, I have to do it in the mirror so I can get the match to the bowl.
Lobster tail.
It's a lobster tail. Hey, not bad. Yeah. But it's a great pipe and it's a great smoker, so I might use that later. But for right now, that's what I'm smoking, and that's what I'm smoking it in. Native Vet 72, Navy Vet 72. I'm a Navy Vet 75 to 80. He says his Fowen is named Frodo. Frito. Maybe it's Frodo. I don't know. Anyway, that's...
Kent just joined us.
Yeah. Kent.
Kent, just joined us. Kent, jump in, man. What are you smoking?
Sorry, you got to unmute the mic, you know.
That often helps, yes.
Don't want to interrupt, but I'm finally able to get to join for today. And I've got my Elga lidded with a bone stem and filled with a parfait of, on the bottom is J4 mild burley, and on the top is, I finally got some 8 state burley and love it. It's wonderful. So that's what I'm smoking today.
Well, good to see you, sir.
Well, thank you. Good to see you all.
Well,
all right. I was going to ask you if you'd seen that. I don't know if you saw that translucent snail that Chris just posted. It's amazing.
Yep.
So that was a bit of a longer share than we often do in our meetings, but I thought I really enjoyed this one. Thank you guys all for sharing like where you got your pipes. There's some really interesting stories there. I think we need to give a shout out to all the wives and girlfriends who went out and bought pipes for us. You know, so maybe an extra word of appreciation to them when we get through with the meeting. That might not hurt for next time you want to come to the meeting, by the way. But I think it's really wonderful when friends of ours or our partners go out and do that for us. My wife, for example, she doesn't much approve of she's ambivalent. She doesn't approve nor disapprove. But when she does go out and buy something for my collection, it makes me extra appreciative of her for when she does that, right? So thanks for sharing all the different places that you got yours. And Miguel, the fact that you bought your pipe at the Danish Pipe Club, Danish Pipe Shop.
Yes, sir.
Inspires me. I need to go on there and look through their catalog, because I'll bet you there's some pipes there that I haven't seen elsewhere. And for those of you who are watching who don't know this about the Danish Pipe Shop, you can put something on layaway there. You can, if you see something that's like $1 bazillion and you're like, oh, that's not in my budget this year, you can still put it on layaway and they'll hold it for you until you paid it off and then ship it out to you, which I think, you know, is rare in these times and conditions. So I'm going to go check it out myself. So I had a thought about, since the 2 speakers that we had lined up for today, we couldn't get a hold of, and one of them is traveling. So I'm really curious about pipe clubs outside of the VPC. So I started the virtual pipe club sort of on a whim and without a whole lot of knowledge about how pipe clubs run, or you know, I had a decent sense of what hobby clubs are like, but this was my first pipe club, the one that I founded. So I'm really curious about those of you who belong to other pipe clubs. And I'd like to maybe turn our conversation today, and this involves those of you who are watching on Facebook and YouTube, by the way. Are you a member of another pipe club? Have you been a member of another pipe club in the past? Could you tell us a little bit about your pipe club? And then turning one more page on this topic to tell us what you enjoy about our pipe club, the virtual pipe club, and what maybe we could do better. Like if you've belonged to another pipe club where you have some traditions or some the way that you run your your meetings that we don't know about, I'd love to know, because I'm always looking for ways to make our club even better. And Tim Heineck, being apparently not the president, I had that wrong, but a member of the Sherlock Holmes Pipe Club. Tim, would you lead off and tell us about your club?
Sure. The Sherlock Holmes Pipe Club is of Boston. We meet in a small town south of the city. We've been together for about 30 years. I haven't been in it for 30 years. I've been in it for about maybe 15. But we meet once a month at a facility, and the meetings are. We start off. It's very, very social meeting. We have a formal time of the meeting where we go over business and stuff. But really, the club is all about camaraderie and getting together. We try to, we try to facilitate things by having like patches and, baseball hats with our names on. We've done a lot of things like we'll go together once a year. We'll go to like the K Woody meeting where we'll meet up with some other clubs. In the past, we've gone on road trips to pipe stores for a day. We've gone to like the New York Pipe Show, certain members. I mean, we basically try to just totally enjoy our time with the pipe. At one point years ago, it was a much more of a collector's club. We had guys who, bought some really high-end pipes, and it's evolved into more of a kind of just a smoker's club. And it's kind of like ours. It doesn't matter what you're smoking, as long as you enjoy pipes and tobacco, you are more than welcome. And it's just a great time. And we do little events throughout the year, like we have a Christmas party where we'll have a tobacco and pipe raffle, which everything is paid for by the proceeds of the club. April, we're going to be having our annual just kind of party, mid-year party. But it's really just a fun club. And, I like that club just the way I like the virtual pipe club. And again, what I like about the VPC, it's, again, as long as you like pipes and tobacco and you like to be with other people and you like to engage and socialize, it's just a great, great thing. It's my whole social life. So there you go. Just want to let you guys know I need to leave in a few minutes today because I have another thing I've been invited to, and I came up sort of rather all of a sudden this week. So I'll be leaving in a few minutes. So if you guys have any questions or comments, I'm happy to answer.
Yeah, I do. Before you pop out there, and by the way,
Okay.
thank you for coming and spending some time with us before you had to go to your next event.
Oh, sure.
So even though you've been not since the very beginning of the Sherlock Holmes Pipe Club, and this may be an obvious question, but why Sherlock Holmes? Where did that, like, what was like, we need to have a club, and we need to have a club about pipes, and it needs to have a Sherlock Holmes theme. Like, where did that all come from?
I think, I'm not sure exactly, but I do know that a number of the guys in the club do like Sherlock Holmes. They've read the books, they've seen the movies. Maybe it kind of connects up with just some of the air of the whole Boston area, but I'm not sure exactly where that name came from. But I think it had to do with some guys had interest in it, and the whole Sherlock Holmes, the whole pipe smoking thing probably just connects up very well with that.
Got it. Cool.
Tim, I have a question too.
Sure.
Does every member have a 4AB?
No, not I'm the only one, I believe. Not everyone has a 4AB. There's a lot of Peterson fans in the club, which is cool, but I think I may be the only one with a 4AB. Those pipes were not around very long. They went.
I know. I'm just feel so fortunate to have one, and I know. I know that I was just curious too. You have your meeting monthly. About on average, how many people make it to your monthly meeting, if there is an average to it?
It's about 12 to 15. There's a whole bunch of people that show up every single time, and then there's some people that are a little more sporadic. But I'd say 12 to 15 each month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's fairly good, I think.
That's a good turnout for
it is. Yeah,
for a club where you have to go, where you're going to meet in person. So it's been a big part of my life for the last 15 years.
Well, thank you, Tim.
Thank you, guys. Well, listen, I hope everybody has a good rest of the meeting, and I will see everybody next week. So have a safe week, everybody, okay?
All right. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Tim.
Okay, take care, guys. Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye
later. Bye.
Dimitri is a member of the New York Pipe Club, and he's also infiltrated everything else that has to do with pipes and tobacco throughout the whole New York State area, I think. So our resident New York piper, Dimitri.
Hello, everybody again. Yes, I'm a member of New York Pipe Club. Our club was founded back in 1970s. I'm sure many of you know our club president, Lou Carbone. Unfortunately, he can't be on our meetings any longer because of his new job. He works on weekends, but he really enjoyed it while he could attend. Well, our club meets once a month, second Tuesday of every month at Soho Cigar Bar. So if you're in like New York, New Jersey area and can come, everybody is welcome. We don't have like mandatory membership fee. It's voluntary $25 membership donation. If you can pay, it's greatly appreciated. Those who cannot pay still welcome, and they're still full members. Before the pandemic, we usually had like between 15 and 20 people at our meetings. Now we have usually about 10, like 7 or 10 people at the meetings. We have some other events every summer. Usually in August, we have a club barbecue in the backyard of one of our members. Occasionally, we have special guests at our meetings. Like years ago, Nana Iverson was there. Eric Stockaby joined us a few times. Russell S., I remember a few years ago, came to our club barbecue. Also a couple of years ago, I think like 3 years ago, pipe maker from Israel, Muki Lieberman, was at our club meeting and then joined us at the club barbecue. That was very exciting. We have very good relations with some other clubs, such as Sherlock Holmes Club, Philadelphia Pipe Club, Seattle Pipe Club, and that basically it's all about getting together, smoking, talking about pipes and tobaccos and other things, sharing tobaccos. One of our members usually brings some exotic tobaccos, well, something that's been out of production for like 30 or 40 years. Thanks to him, I had a chance to try a Balkan Sobranie Virginia number 10 with a Cuban cigar leaf, or original Bengal slices, and some other interesting tobaccos. And the general rule is at our meetings, if tobacco is on the table, it's for everybody. We don't even have to ask. We all can try different things and share our opinion and just be together and enjoy pipe together.
Super cool. I'm going to maybe ask this about everybody, but one of the things that would be challenging for us to do in a way is to have a barbecue, unless we send everybody the recipe for the barbecue and said, make your own and we'll just eat it together online. But like what else, like one of the things about clubs that have been around for a long time is they do have an opportunity to develop their own rituals that are sort of, part of their culture. So I'm interested in what all of our different clubs have as their rituals that, make it stand out for you. So like Dimitri, what else does the New York Pipe Club do that is kind of their brand, their quintessential event or practice?
I don't think we do anything unique just to our club. It's pretty much same as in many pipe clubs, just getting together, having good time together, enjoying pipes and tobaccos together. Cool. Actually, like some time ago, I was at Buckler X pipe shop, and one of the ladies who worked there, Joanna, was talking to one of the customers who was interested in pipes, and she was telling him about New York Pipe Club. She said, well, that's kind of people. If they have some red tobacco, like 30 years old McClellan, which they can sell for $100, instead of that, they would rather bring it to the meeting and share it with everybody so everybody can enjoy it. That's what it's all about. You just appreciate it more when you have somebody to share it with.
Fantastic. Thanks, Dimitri. We turn to the Club of One member, Ramachandran from India.
Thank you, David. Well, unlike US and Europe, we don't have this pipe clubs in India. So prior to that, I was very active in a couple of cigar clubs. Cigar is still spoken quite fairly widely in India. And that club had regular physical meetings once every fortnight, where I used to go and participate. But my first love had always been pipes and pipe smoking. And, it was a big challenge to get the tobaccos or different pipes in India. But thanks to this pandemic, we started meeting people virtually. And I started a small WhatsApp club in India called Pipe Club of India, Pipe and Cigar Club of India. And I was able to rope in about 15, 20 people in India itself. Then one of my friends in Calcutta is, if you people are aware, that's supposed to be the cultural capital of India on the eastern side, which was the capital of India when Britishers were ruling us. And we have many people there who still smoke pipe, continuing that legacy from their fathers and grandfathers. So there are a lot of people in Calcutta. I was able to get in touch with one of them, and he in touch put me with another European smoker, one Mr. Leon Walker, who's based at Ireland. And he was good enough to be very passionate and take it beyond from what I was doing as a small pipe club in India, WhatsApp. We used to have WhatsApp meetings and a few FaceTime meetings, that's all. And then that Pipe Club of India, which is also in the Facebook, it has now grown. We have almost about 50, 60 people now all over the world. And one of the conditions of this, becoming a member of this club is, that person should have some connection with India. So most of these people from Europe and US, they've all been in India before, so they have some understanding of Indian culture. So that's one of the criteria we normally insist, but we are not very rigid on that. So that's how it started. And then subsequently, thanks to this pandemic, so many clubs, online clubs have come up. And I'm a member of many of them, though the only meeting which I attend is this, our virtual pipe club, because of the time constraints. So I have devoted one full night for this meeting here in India. Right now it's 12:44 early in the morning here in India, but it will continue. And on Saturdays, I keep it exclusively for the virtual meeting. So, well, in this, what I got in tremendous measure is the camaraderie, the kind of belonging to a group of people with same hobby, same passion. And how do I put it? It's like a bird, which was caged in a small or fairly big cage. Once it gets out, it has got the whole horizon to fly. It's something like that for me in this pipe club of this virtual pipe club. So far as Pipe Club of India is concerned, our interactions were all very limited, confined to only Indians or few Europeans. But now with Virtual Pipe Club, I am able to get an exposure to every pipe smoking way. I mean, be it US, Europe, or Asia, or Far East, Japan, everywhere. So that's one fabulous thing which I find in Pipe Club of India, Virtual Pipe Club. And I eagerly look forward for every Saturday for this particular meeting only And with this, then I go and sleep for the day. And that's been my woe. And that's what is about my story as far as my pipe clubbing is concerned.
Yeah, also Ramachandran is member of New York Pipe Club.
Yeah, I'm
the
a member
virtual
of
Pipe
various
Club,
clubs,
yes.
New York Pipe Club and Sherlock Holmes and other, though obviously I've not been able to be very active on that. And but nevertheless, I keep on posting something in every club of which I'm a member, Facebook clubs. So I'm able to post something because pipe is a passion for me.
Yeah, we all appreciate your posts on New York Pipe Club Facebook, and we consider you full member of our club.
Thank you, Dimitri. Whenever
And
it
thank you
happens,
for
whenever
joining us.
whenever it happens, if I'm able to visit US, I would definitely love to meet all the members here. If it's possible someday, let's hope so.
It's to hear the stories about the culture or even just the circumstances of people who live in different countries. I bring this up often. So when we first started the Virtual Pipe Club, we had a lot of guys from South Africa who would show up in the meetings. And it was really interesting to hear at that time the absolute inaccessibility of getting any tobacco because South Africa cut off any kind of online order or delivery, and they were under quarantine, so they literally could not go out to a shop and buy any tobacco either. And that was, I think, made us all appreciate a little bit more our access to pipes and tobacco. But to hear, the people that you meet in India, that is, it brings us closer, I think, right?
Oh, yes,
the world
definitely.
becomes a little smaller and more intimate place.
Definitely.
Yeah. Hey, Bud, who is a member and the president of the San Diego Pipe Club.
Yeah, I'm the new president, I guess. This started this year. There used to be a San Diego Pipe Club that was more traditional. They would meet at people's houses once a month, including J. Allen Pipes. They would go to his place and check out his garage, and he'd be making pipes. There's some videos on that out there. And Chip, who ended up working for Smoking Pipes and actually moved out to Carolina, he used to be a big member of that also. He passed away a couple years ago. And so that's kind of the tradition of the Pipe Club, and it kind of waned. And back in 2018, a few guys got together, like 4 or 5, and they just said, why don't we make a pipe club and we'll just meet on a regular basis. So we traditionally met every Sunday afternoon. And we've had days where we've had 30 people show up, you know what I mean? And so, of course, when you have that many people, you've got like 4 or 5 separate conversations going on in the room, you know what I mean? It sounds, you can't hear yourself think almost, but normal, like last Sunday, we had 18 people show up. And we also meet on Tuesdays, and that's a case where it's predominantly retired folks or people who don't have to go into an office, stop by and check out. So we'll normally have half a dozen, maybe 10 people at most. And so we've just been meeting every week, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. And we have people who host barbecues. We'll go and, spend a Sunday out in somebody's backyard and have food and stuff and do it that way. I think also during the pandemic, as someone who's kind of in a high risk category, I didn't go out, but we would have Zoom meetings on Sunday for people that wanted to get together and talk. And that usually was a small group. But that was kind of inspired by, the Virtual Pipe Club. And so a lot of the nice thing is about the Virtual Pipe Club is with all these different people from different clubs, and they have different traditions and different ways of doing things. It's nice getting information to see if that's something that will work for you in your own locality and stuff. And so that's kind of where we're at.
But did you notice a change in attendance during the height of the pandemic? And do you think it's sort of getting more attendance now that things are easing a bit?
Yeah, I think so. Definitely. When it was, the first year, almost nobody would come. I mean, you might have, there are guys we meet at Liberty Tobacco and at a brick and mortar. And I mean, there are guys I think that sleep there, you know what I mean? It's like, because they're always there. So those guys are there all the time, it seems like. But, people, as we know, have different ideas about what they can do or can't do during a pandemic. So, of course, you would have people, physically there, and then you'd have people that would be virtually there. And, but yeah, after it, especially this year, I think it's opened up a whole lot more. We're seeing bigger groups. We're talking about moving out on the patio because the weather's, gotten nicer and stuff. So,
did I hear you say that you've started to incorporate a virtual interface so that people could come to the Pipe Club meeting if they couldn't make it in person as well?
Yeah, back during the pandemic, we did, yes. So
very cool. Very cool. And how cool to be positioned so close to J. Allen Pipes that you could go down there and hang out in the workshop and have a club meeting there. Were you guys out in the driveway?
We haven't done that since we've been doing this, but it's just more of a thing of a historical standpoint. He was, in the club, you know what I mean, kind of thing. And we haven't really reached out to him, even though I've met him, at pipe shows like the Vegas Pipe Show and that kind of thing. We do have a pipe carver in our club by the name of Matt Tresser, who's out on, he's on Instagram, and he carves pipes and gives them to the club, and then we raffle them, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. So it's a source of funds for us because we don't charge dues right now. I kind of like the idea of what Dimitri was talking about, where you put it out there that you have dues and are voluntary, and then people can pay or not pay, but people also will donate, things or cash, you know what I mean, to the club funds and stuff. So we can order, a Club of Pipe of the Year, or we're talking about now Kyle Bowen from the UPCA, United Pipe Clubs of America. He is the president of that organization, and he's also lives in San Diego, at least for this month. He's moving up to San Jose in April, but he wanted to do a slow smoke before Chicago because they're the ones who, handle the slow smoke contest. And so we'll probably do a slow smoke at the probably end of next month. And, so
your trial run for Chicago?
Yeah, as a trial, kind of thing for him. And for us, it's just something to do. And that was one of the things I really enjoyed about the Virtual Pipe Club was the slow smoke we had. I think it was last year. That was a pretty cool event, I thought. So
yeah, we also had something similar with the donation. I'm sure many of you know Vernon Wigg, Doctor of Pipes, and one of the founders of the United Pipe Clubs of America. A few times he brought a bunch of his pipes, amazing, beautiful old pipes. Some of them never smoked, donated them to the club to be sold to the members for $10.
Oh, wow.
All proceeds go to the club.
Awesome.
Yeah. We're approaching our second anniversary, which, to be frank with you, I haven't started planning everything yet, but we'll do something more like we did last year, where we had pipes that we'll raffle off or auction off, and we gave away so many pipes last year. A number of the members, you guys have said maybe not quite so many this year, but we're gonna see what we can find, and it would be wonderful. I think what we did not do last year was all brand new pipes, but possibly some pipes that have some age and history on them. We can collect those and put them into the raffle this year. Always trying to do something a little bit different. Thanks, Bud. Thanks a lot, man.
You're welcome.
Andrew, should I be pronouncing this Chingliano, or?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be pronounced Chiliano. But when my family moved to the U.S., I think for whatever reason it was easier. I guess they changed the pronunciation to Sirigliano because I guess somehow that was easier to say. So, but I'm told it's Chiliano.
Well, Paisan, tell us about your club, man.
Sure. So I've only been a member for, I guess, like 3 years now, but I used to work and commute out to Allentown, Pennsylvania quite regularly, once a week, and I'd stay out there for a couple nights. And I joined the Lehigh Valley Pipe Club, and Dimitri may know them, but there is some amazing history with that club. Russ Ouellette, I think, was one of the founding members. Back in the day, he used to attend the meetings, and they would blend. He would bring blends, and they would do test runs, and so some pretty cool stories there. There's some great folks that are pretty well up in the tobacco industry that are members there, and they meet every fourth Tuesday at a pretty cool place in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, called the Wooden Match. It's an old train station that's converted into a cigar restaurant bar, and they still can smoke inside and in the summer outside. So one of the few places that still exists where you can smoke inside. It's nice. I met a couple great carvers that are part of that club. JP Irwan Urquil, I'll probably mispronounce his last name, and Jason Ziner. And actually, Jason was the one who helped me get set up for all my equipment and get started answering a lot of dumb questions and, in pipe making. So beyond that, just a great group of guys. It's probably about, 7 to 10, maybe 15 at the most that meet up. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get out there since the pandemic quite frequently, once every 3 or 4 months or so. But some of the guys, like I said, members are in with, I guess, the Pipes and Cigar and Russ Ouellette, and they bring all sorts of tobacco from the warehouses there to try. So it's always something interesting and fun. So.
Yeah, Andrew, even though I've never been there myself, I know a lot of people from that area. I know people from Wooden March. I know people from a New Tobacco Village, another great place. Lena is the
Lena's
owner.
great. Yep.
Yeah, on April 1st, it will be her 50th birthday party over there.
That's right.
Yeah, they're wonderful people.
Yep. Great.
Cool. David Klein, with the fantastic shirt on. What's your club like, man?
Thank you, sir. I was just going to say the only other pipe club I'm in is the Seattle Pipe Club. And I've only gone to just a couple of their meetings. And before I found out about them, I didn't even know there was such a thing as pipe clubs. And I was glad to find a pipe club because for so many years, I'd sit around and smoke my pipe. I didn't have any other pipe smoking friends. So that's the cool thing about pipe clubs. So I'm no expert on the Seattle Pipe Club, and it's unfortunate that Matt Gus couldn't be here for the show today because he's a real interesting guy, and he's got some interesting stories to tell about how they developed all of the Seattle Pipe Club blends and the marketing of that. And so I moved down here to Florida, and somehow I found the virtual pipe club. And this is fantastic because you don't have to drive anywhere. You just turn on the computer every Saturday and sit around and talk to people all over the world. And everybody has the pipe as a bond between them. But I do have to go back to Seattle here. I'm going to go back in June and July, and I rearranged my schedule so that I can stop off at the Chicago Pipe Show on the way. So any of you are in Chicago, I'll see you there. And otherwise, I'll be in Seattle for a couple of months. And while I'm there, I'm going to go to the Seattle Pipe Club. And they meet, by the way, in a pretty cool smoking lounge. It's at one of the Indian reservation casinos where they still allow smoking inside. The state of Washington is so anti-smoking. It's I don't know. It's unfortunate the way the politics are that way. But the Indians are exempt from the state regulations, so they still allow smoking in their casinos. Although some of the casinos are very nice, they do have non-smoking areas for those people that don't appreciate smoking. But this Smoky Joe's lounge where the Seattle Pipe Club meets, it's in the upper level of a place that when you go in the front door, you're just about bowled over with cigarette smoke. And then you have some glass doors, you go upstairs, you're in this nice cigar pipe lounge, and they sell, they have a huge array of cigars, and they sell quite a number of tin tobaccos. So anyway, it's, I'd say the only downfall of the virtual pipe club is you can't smell the other people's pipe smoke. And, you know, I'd kind of like to be able to catch that room note from some of those tobaccos that I haven't tried before.
Yeah, we've been in conversations with the folks over at Zoom. They are adding a smell-o-vision feature that we'll be beta testing for them. That's not true.
Well, we could all just read Jim Ink's review of that particular, and he'll have all of it in it. We'll just imagine what he says.
Yeah, Jim Amish will have a review that we can read for that day.
Yeah, I'm sure you remember Emery Lagasse always liked to talk about smell-o-vision on his show.
Listen, when it comes, we're going to be there on the spot for sure. We'll do that. That's.
I think based on Jim's reviews, if you grab a handful of grass and a slice of orange, you'd have the citrusy, grassy smell of any tobacco you're smoking.
Yeah, I think he's a little tongue-in-cheek about that. Well, I think that I've heard a number of things that we could be doing to add into our virtual pipe club experience. I'm going to sit down and chat with our guys in the admin group here. And by the way, while I'm on this topic, let me give a big shout out to some of those gentlemen. I don't sing their praises enough. As you guys all know, I have a regular job. I have a daytime job, which is just really sad because I actually own the company, and so I can't get away from it. But I couldn't run the virtual pipe club all by myself with all the things that go on. So there's some terrific people, Miguel and Tim and Dave Martinez, and some of you may see some posts from Jessica recently, who's one of my assistants, and so she's coming in to give some help to do some posts and make sure that people get into the club when they want to and whatnot. So I just want to give a big shout out to those gentlemen for all the work that they do. There's a lot of work that they do that's behind the scenes that never gets acknowledged or praised, and I think I don't want to forget to do that because they make this club really the club that it is. So guys, you're awesome. Thank you. Hey, David, I see you got your hand up there. You're on mute there, my friend.
Here we go.
There you go.
Thank you. I belong to the Virtual Pipe Club, the International Pipe Smoking Lounge. Corncob Pipe Club, There's the old smoking lounge, I guess they called it. But there's this one, the ones that actually have what you could call meetings, kind of like a structured meetings, is this one. And then the other one that I go to, which is the one over at the Cigar Inn. They have one once a week. And theirs is, it's not really structured, but you go in there and it's like here, it's pipe and conversation, like here. And, but you know, you don't have 6 conversations going on in the background where you can't hear yourself think. People are pretty respectful when you're trying to carry on a conversation. Ramachandra, I got to say, you're looking good. Sporting that beard.
Thank you.
I don't know. I got. I don't want to. No, I'm not going to do that here. For some reason, I can't transfer. I lost my icon on the computer, and I'm trying to. I'm trying to get on here where I can get that down. They said to update it. I updated it and it went away, and I'm trying to get that back because everything is. Video Zoom is pocketed in a website now, and I'm trying to get away from that, where I can at least get a picture. It's not half the size of my cell phone. All right. Well, anyway, you're not here for me to listen to me to complain. So I'm going to pass it back to DDR.
Dave, if you're on your cell phone Zoom app, I don't know if you tried this, but if you finger swipe to the left, it will bring up more members, more people from the meeting, so you can see everybody that way. If you're on the first sort of screen, then you just see yourself. But I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if you've tried that yet, but just finger swipe to the left and you'll see more people.
Yeah, I did that. It's still a, you know, I'm looking at you right now, and you're just about half the size of my cell phone screen.
Well,
I'm used to looking at you up on a 17-inch computer.
I'm sorry about that in both circumstances, that you have to see that. But it's good. This is what I love. I love the participation by everybody. I have a question. A couple of people who are over there watching us on Facebook and YouTube are posting about the places that they live where they don't know of any pipe clubs. We've got Alex, a gentleman who's in Buena Vista, Colorado, and about 2 hours away from everything, Colorado Springs or Denver or whatever. So if anybody's familiar with some pipe clubs in Colorado, love to have you share about that, so maybe we could get Alex hooked up. And Anthony is also sharing that he's lived in his current property for 9 years and never met one other pipe smoker. And that's the thing. So I guarantee you that there are other pipe smokers, maybe even in your neighborhood, that you just don't know about. They're like, we're all over, we're infiltrating society. We're all over the place there. I see James, a bit of a new face. James, how are you, sir? Welcome to the Virtual Pipe Club, man. I got you on mute there, but you press your unmute button.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is the first time that I've been actually on the Zoom. I got on one time before, and apparently no one could hear me. Maybe I was on mute that time. I'm in North Florida, by the way, Green Cove Springs to be exact, just south of Jacksonville. And I've been smoking a pipe for 20 years, I guess. Just real quick about me, and I won't take up all of y'all's time. I'm statutorily blind, so if I look a little strange, sometimes trying to find things on the phone, forgive me.
Looking
but I'm
good.
very, very happy to be on. Finally, I've seen VPC just numerous times, and some of the different guests that you had on have been great.
Welcome, James.
If there's anything you want to know about me, let me know.
Well, James, have you been a member of another pipe club in the past, or do you have a pipe club there in Jacksonville that you go to?
There used to be one, but from what I understand, they're defunct. And I don't know why, because the population of Jacksonville is 1 million.
Mm-hmm.
And the gentleman you were talking about a moment ago that had lived in his area for 9 years and didn't ever meet any other pipe smokers. Since I've lived out here in Green Cove Springs, it's a little bit of a rural area, but I've lived here 27 years, and my medical transport bus driver, I have one of those that smokes a pipe also. And I just now, within the last 3 or 4 months, got a new next door neighbor, and I've come to find out he smokes a pipe. And those are the only two that I've known of in those 27 years.
Invite them to the virtual pipe club.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I've seen you several times. I know you're a member of the New York Pipe Club, and I can't remember your name.
I'm Dimitri.
Dimitri. Okay. I knew it, but I couldn't bring it to mind off the bat. But I'm very happy.
Welcome here, James.
I'm sorry?
I said, welcome here.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much. And what might your name be?
I'm David.
David. Oh, okay.
So James, this is a comment that I make, but also at the same time acknowledging that not everybody's a big ham like I am. But if you're in a place like you are and there's no other, clubs going on, you could start one. Now I have an agenda around that, and that is we were talking about this last week about our local brick and mortars. And one of the ways that we can support those brick and mortars is if we it doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be big and formal and fancy or anything like this. Maybe just you and your neighbor go show up and ask your local brick and mortar, can we start a club here, and then just see what happens.
Right. I unfortunately, my brick and mortar, the one I always used to go to, a number of years back, maybe 5 years ago, Florida, in its great wisdom, decided to implement an 85% pipe tobacco, let me be specific, pipe tobacco tax. So once you buy the tin, say, you had a $10 tin, then you had sales tax on that. So you've got 70 cents tax. So $10.70. Now you get to add 85% on top of that. to buy. If you live in Florida and you buy in Florida, you get hit with that. Or if you buy in Florida, anyway.
James, welcome. Sorry to interrupt you. James, welcome to Canada.
Oh, thank you very much.
In New York City, if you buy a tin of tobacco, it usually goes like between $20 and $30 per tin, for 50 gram tin.
Same in California.
Right. My local brick and mortar that I used to frequent quite regularly, they stopped selling pipe tobacco because of that, except for they have some jarred in-house blends they sell. Not a lot of them, just, they have 10 or 12, but compared to some shops, they have 30 or 40 jarred blends in-house, but they don't sell any tin tobacco at all. They sell cigars, but no pipe tobacco, other than the jars I was talking about.
The one good thing that we can always say across the board is that things never stay the same. So,
right.
The FDA regulations are still in flux. So those places that are, where states have anticipated a federal ruling about tobaccos, might go back again if the FDA comes out with a favorable kind of stance on pipe tobacco in particular. So just hang in there.
Yeah, I've just about got my cellar topped off now, where I'll have tobacco for the rest of my life. There's still a few things I want to get. But, I try to be upbeat about it. Other than being on the verge of blind, I'm an amputee. I only have one leg. And I've been diabetic for 44 years, type 1 insulin dependent. And so I don't get out much. I live with my mother and father. Thankfully, they are still around because, I'm 55 years old. So, all my pipe smoking is done outside. And like I say, if there's anything that you want to know, feel free to ask me anything you want. You're not going to offend me in any way or anything like that. I'm happy to talk to anyone.
Well, James, we're just really delighted to meet you, man, and have you here. Yeah.
Well, thanks.
Welcome to the family.
We are very glad to have you. Very glad to have you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bud, I see your hand up. Did you have a question for James?
No, I was going to say, I know James from, there's the Professor Jeremiah Zoom that happens on Wednesdays and Sundays. And I've seen James on there before.
Yeah.
And then there's also on Tuesdays, there's the All Briared Up Google Meet, which happens. And I've seen James there before too.
Yeah.
So there are a few different, Zoom or Google Meet type of interactions that you can get to.
Right. Are you Bud?
I am Bud, yeah.
But okay.
And I've sent you emails and all that stuff. So
yeah.
The other cool thing is the Briar Report, briarreport.org, lists pipe clubs and societies.
Okay. Yeah.
So good chance if you don't know of one in your area, you might check there and see if they have one listed. And then, of course, if you have a pipe club, definitely let them know so that, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
People that happen to frequent that can, find you. So,
okay.
Bud, that's an excellent suggestion. I had forgotten about that, but that's a great resource for other clubs. And by the way, I'd never heard of them before. All Briared Up. God, what a great name.
All Briared Up.
I wish I'd thought of that. That's really super. I love that.
He's a cool guy. That's John. And he hosts a live stream on Yahoo on Tuesday or YouTube, YouTube live stream on Tuesdays. But before that, this other one. You just got to send an email to him and, get the link and that kind of thing. And same thing for the Professor Jeremiah's at gmail.com. You can send him note, and he'll add you to his distribution list, so you can that one and get the password in there and that kind of things. We had a little bit of an issue on that one time, and each password to get in to be nice.
Yeah. B_nice.
Yes.
That's true. We have about 10 minutes left in this week's meeting. For those of you who know me know that about this time every week I break in. We're not done yet, so don't go running off. But we are heading down towards the time bell. So before we get too far along and I forget what I was going to say, I want to say thank you to everybody who is in the meeting today, both in the Zoom room and also over there on Facebook and YouTube. Some great suggestions and some great insight to some of the other clubs. So thank you for sharing all that. There's also our Facebook group page where if you've got I don't want anybody to feel like it would be disrespectful to talk about their other pipe clubs on our pipe club page, because that's not the case at all. This is an open forum where we're all sharing all kinds of stuff. So if you don't mind and you want to talk about, the Sherlock Holmes Pipe Club or the New York City Pipe Club or whatever's going on in Colorado, post it on our group page. More people can appreciate and enjoy it. And there might be some people who live nearby you, right? James, your third over neighbor might be reading Facebook, and you'll discover each other that way. You never know.
Right.
One last thing that I thought I would bring up today. A couple of you, and I'll probably bring this up over the next couple of weeks. So a number of us are like some of the other members who have changed like David Klein, changed your schedule so that we can be at the Chicago Pipe Show. I'm going to be there with bells on, and I'd love to hook up with some of you guys. I might even do new shirts this year so that we could all have new shirts for Chicago.
That would be way cool.
Great. So if you're going to Chicago, who's going this year?
I will be there, David.
Alan and I are like, we're like the dynamic duo of these pipe shows. We've been showing up together all over the place. They're gonna think that we have a thing going on now, and I just, but
I'd love to get to a pipe show anywhere.
Chicago's going to be a good. Who else is going to Chicago?
I'm going. I'm going for sure.
I think David Klein is going as well.
Yes, he is going.
David Klein. Kent, did you say you were going?
Yes, unless something drastic happens, I will be
Don't let anything drastic happen. That's all I got to say about that.
How are you today, Kent?
I'm doing great, James. Good to see you on here.
Yeah, thanks.
Alex says, when is the Chicago Pipe? That is at the end of May, the 25th. Is that right? Something like that?
It's Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day weekend. So I'm coming in on a Wednesday. I actually have to be in Florida the week before. And I'm just going to hang out in Florida until the day that the hotel rooms open up there in Chicago. And so I'm going to be there for a good long time. But Alex, I think there's still reservations you could make, and you could come and join us.
Oh, well, David, just swing by and pick me up while you're in Florida.
I'm not that far. I'm going to be in Orlando. I'll just, I'll put out the sky hook and just like bring you on board there. Yeah, if you're going to Chicago, let's see if we can get a group sort of coalescing. Again, I'm going to bring this up on the actual weekly meetings, but also on the Facebook group page. Let's see if we can coordinate a little something. Since I'm going to be there the whole time, we should have dinner together. We should make arrangements for that. Definitely pick out a corner of the tent and smoke together and have some fun with doing that. We can run around and I'm going to have a table at the show where I'm going to do some broadcasting and some interviews and stuff like that. So we can definitely come and hang out. So Chicago, as I understand it, is so big. You need a resting place so you can come and hang out and rest at my table.
I've heard that exact same thing from different people on YouTube about Chicago.
And the best part, David, of having a table is you get in early because you'll have the badge and you can go around before the show even opens and get all the good deals.
Yeah.
Andrew, don't let on my secret, man.
If you need someone to help work the table for you, just let me know.
There we go. Yeah, you and me will coordinate, brother, for sure. You're not going to have a table there?
Yeah. Some of us are coming in Thursday. I'm coming in Thursday morning or Thursday midday. So I'll be there Thursday midday. So don't do your dinner thing before then.
Okay, I promise. We'll do more than one. That's not that.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up today. I know we're a little bit before time, but when things are on a high note, I think that's the best time to say goodbye.
Absolutely.
All right.
And just started.
Don't
raining
forget,
here.
go Peacocks.
Go Peacocks.
Yes, St. Peter's.
Well, the last thing I always say, and a couple things. Let me hook up a couple of different comments here. You may notice that on the Virtual Pipe Club page, there's a couple of topics that we just kind of don't encourage on there so that we can maintain a very convivial kind of community. So, politics, don't really get into that. Also guns. I grew up in the country and we went hunting every season, and that's how I was growing up and whatever. I'm not a gun hater or anything like that, but there's other pages and other groups and other clubs where guns are more appropriate. But so we don't post any of those on our site. And one of the things that we always talk about is being safe during the times of the pandemic. There's no politics here. I'm not going to tell you what you should do or shouldn't do, except one thing: just stay safe. Just do what you need to do, whatever you believe is going to help stay safe for yourself and for your family and for the people around you. Just do that. Whether wash your hands or wear the mask or go into the basement and hang out there for the rest of the year, whatever. Because I love you and I don't want you to get sick and I want you to come back.
Also, Dave, be sure you get well. Okay, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. All you guys.
Yeah.
David, take care of that upper respiratory.
And Patrick, nice to see you, Patrick. I know we can see you there.
Yeah. All right, my friends, have a great week. Next week, we actually have two, Peter Jepson from NERUP is scheduled to be our speaker next week. And then the week after that, we believe Matt Gus will be our speaker there, the founder of the Seattle Pipe Club. In the meantime, have a great week. We'll see you guys all in 7 days.
Great to meet everyone. And,
welcome, James.
What time does the meeting actually start? I'm sorry.
2 p.m. Eastern, sir.
Okay, thank you.
You betcha. All right, guys, be well.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a good week.
Bye, everyone.
Good week.
Bye.